So setting parameters via tables in Excel is actually a pretty easy thing to do. It does assume that each model has the parameter already there. Otherwise, you'd use a set create function instead of a set. But in this particular case, we're going to extract all of the part parameters for model by to a new table. And I'm just going to run that real quick so we get the format that we need. And you'll notice here that we get a nitrocell table in Excel that has the item name, the part name. You can see all these values are currently empty, the type, and also whether they're designated or not. Now, if we run this again, it's going to clear the table and then re-get it and populate it again. So we're going to disable these two functions for right now. Now, to import the changes, we need to use a table set function for the parameters. And what it's expecting here is the name of the table, and it has a prefix. So TBL, my table in this case, is where we're going to pull the data from. And you'll also notice that the columns that it's required to have are item name. That little star indicates wildcard. We'll cover that in a different video. The parameter name, the value, and then also whether it's designated or not as options. So you can have tables that have extra columns in them, like item root wouldn't be used for this, but the minimum requirements are satisfied here. So if we put in DFS as the initials, and we're just going to populate this down. So now if we come back to here, again, remember we have these two first commands kind of commented out for excluding. And if I run this, you'll notice that it's kind of switched over, read that table, gone through and processed all these things and set the value to that particular value. So if we go back over to Creo and we go to our parts, because we made changes to all the parts here, you'll notice that these parts, every one of them that I select has that change made to it. So tables are quite easy for doing large imports. And the other big advantage of using a table like this is that you can actually use them on the outside of or the output of a Power Query process. So if you have changes that you're trying to make, it's sometimes very easy to pull data out of Creo, run them through Power Query, make the updates and changes that you need to transform the data, and then get a table back out, and then just reference that table as something that needs to be populated back in. And it's pretty straightforward.